I hope you're well. So just a quick intro. These are the readings for July for 2022. And just to say that if anybody wants to get a reading, all my details are in the description box below. So you can contact me. You can go to the website and it's got everything that you need to do to book there. All right, lots of love. Have a good month. Bye. Everyone, I hope you're all well. So this is the reading for the Earth signs for July 2022, Twin Flame Earth signs, starting with Virgo. So this one just wants to be seen. We've got the Nine of Swords jumping out. That's the ending of the process, basically, the ending of the Twin Flame process and all the torment that goes on in your head because of the process. So that's what they're saying, first of all, for Virgo. So I just need to shuffle these a bit more and just let's have a look. Okay, so what they're showing me in my head, right, so I've got three things going on. Three things. Threes again. So they're showing me the Five of Pentacles card, which is all about separation, but it's got three pentacles floating on the top of it. So it's like creation through separation. And then what they've got in the corner of this picture is it's a parrot, and then it's a cockerel. So it's like a wake-up call, which means it's time, it's the morning, it's rebirth, and the parrot is about talking. So there's something coming along. Your physical union is coming along, Virgo. It's not far off now. Everything is being made ready for it. And the world works in, vibration works in miraculous ways, okay? So sometimes it's darkest before the dawn, which is also what that Six of Swords is around. So basically, Twin Flame process, the ending of the process, the feminine, what she feels moving through her is like it's craziness inside the head, right? So it gets really, really distraught in there because the masculine making a move forward into the physical, getting ready to make a phone call, send a text, write an email, write a letter, is what is going on inside of them as they're getting ready to do this. And it is at boiling point, they're saying. So it's coming any minute. Let's have a look. Heart overhead, Two of Swords upside down. So that's the heart overtaking the head, right? So that's what's going on. So it's like the masculine moving into the heart and the ego dropping away. Let's get some more out and see what they say. That's just after the moon as well, because the moon is in that really big, and we're just coming at this moon has been, this dark moon has been really, really quite a violently propelling moon, propelling the masculine into the heart because it's Cancer. So, and it's like juicy and, you know, really like plump, this energy, this moon energy is still in it. He's still in it. That's what they just said. So it's still happening, right? So it's about to occur, basically. But you feel it inside of yourself, like walls breaking down inside of yourself. What does it take to break down a wall? A sledgehammer, basically. So it's going to feel like sledgehammers moving through your consciousness. Maybe like extreme anger, extreme like violent temperament. All that resistance that you are releasing for them as they move forward into the physical, basically. Hierophant, relationship, change, number 5. So change in relationship, basically. And that's what they said at the beginning, because they had separation, but with the 3 pentacles, which is creation and the physical on top of it, floating around on top of it. So it's about to manifest. 5 of Wands, fluctuation in vibration. And that is a lot of chaos and confusion. Creativity, they just said, creating through chaos and confusion. So like they, you know, you might just be running out around the house, like feeling like you want to tear your hair out. That kind of stuff. Craziness, feeling crazy. Feeling like it's all gone to hell. Let's get another one out. Emotions, 7 of Cups, emotions coming up as well. So that's a lot, right? We've got the craziness in the vibration. We've got all these different emotions coming up. Panic, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, feeling really emotional. That's all masculine. That's what's going on as they get ready to reach out, as they overcome it all. So what's required from you is your strength, your physical strength, your understanding, strength in understanding that that's what's going on, and then releasing and letting go, and just coming to a point of awareness around that that's what it is, and let go. 0 point, just let go. Transformation, death card. So it's transforming. I'll get one more out because that's so far all we got here is what movement is, right? We've got change in relationship, relationality, whatever. And then we've got a lot of change here going on. So there's no outcome yet. Well, maybe that's because what you're going through this month, but it's literally like it's behind a closed door. That's all it is. So you just think they're on the other side of a door and you can't see them there because the door is closed. And there's no sign that they're behind that door. It's all going, you're running around in the room feeling crazy and emotional, and they're just literally behind the door waiting to open the door. So what's coming through you is getting them ready. Let's get one more out. There, 9 of Wands, wounded warrior. So that's just what you're transforming. So he or she is on their way, and it's not far off. So all you've got to do really is just take a breath, and like step back from it all. Step back from what's going on in your own life or how you feel, and any kind of resistance inside yourself. Just step back from it. Just have a little bit more. It is what it is. A little bit more. Let's not say that this is anything other than twin flame process. And let's not try and understand why or how or what is going on in the process, because that's all you need to understand. It's process, right? And then let process continue. I'm just going to get one more out. Vibration of the feminine, Queen of Wands. So just connect into your vibration, point of attraction. Your understanding that nothing is really physical. It's all manifesting through vibration. Everything is vibrational. Only the result is a physical. Okay. I'm having a flash. Hang on a minute. I need to just fan myself. I'll get my other fan because it's quieter. It's really muggy here at the moment in England. Damp and hot. Okay. Where are we? Who are we doing next? Virgo, and then we have Capricorn. So what does Capricorn need to know? Oh, okay. We've got a lot of powerful woman energy about you. It's like the kind of mother energy, taking charge of something. And we've got you with a child, right? And it's like you're feeding the child. You're handing something to the child, maybe. Let's have a look. High Priestess. So in your higher self. Ending of the ego. So those are two direct opposites, right? Higher self and the self-inflicted torment of the ego. So the worry and the pain and the fear that, being human would have you believe is the most important thing to be connected to. The worry of being alive. Rising above that in some way. So that's really like the mother, like Mary, the archetypal higher self of the feminine. Mary, the mother of Jesus kind of energy. Let's have a look. What else is there? Oh. Queen of Pentacles, you in the physical. 3 archetypes of the feminine. The higher self, the egoic consciousness, and the physically manifested feminine. creating through both. Let's get one more out. Moving into the physical. Oh, you're having your return to self. So there's part of this process that comes along where you're returned. You go through the dark night of the soul, right? And the purge process, which is up into higher self with the during the moon cycles, so all connected to the moon cycles. Feeling really good, feeling really disconnected from being human, feeling in your vibrational self, feeling the release of all that pain and the torment of being human, right? And then you drop down again into the ego, and you go into all the worry and the pain and the fear of being alive, and that can come along, and it's recognizable as things in women as being like worried about your size and your shape and your age and the look of you and, you know, what you've not had in terms of relationship and all that kind of stuff. It's very connected to like, I'm getting older with women and I've still not had this in my life. So there's like all that worry and fear of like, what's it all been for? And then a higher self, and the release of that is the feeling that none of that matters at all because you're an infinite being. So of course it can't matter, and that's where happiness exists, in that release. So that's the process of twin flame, right? And you go through all of that for a certain amount of time. You're taken away from your physical self. So what it actually does, it's a learning process, because it takes the amount of time it takes you away from this egoic, what you think is yourself. When you're in worry and fear, all you create is through worry and fear. So, for example, when you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting old. Look at me, look at the lines on my face and all this kind of stuff. All you're doing is creating more of that, because you create what you focus on. That's why law of attraction states you don't focus on the things that you don't want. You only focus what you do want. So you would look in the mirror and you would like, look at my beautiful eyes. My eyes look like they were when I was 12. Things like that. So you create you in every moment, right? So this is what the process is as well. So you're taken away from your physical self, but at times you're above it, at times you're in it. You're above it, you're in it, you're above it, you're in it. And then after a certain amount of time, you get returned to your physical self, but reborn as a completely different type of human who knows that, who automatically, when looks in the mirror, first thing is, wow, look at the shape of my eyes. They look amazing. And you could be 67, you could be 87 in physical years, but you wouldn't be focused on anything but what is the amazingness of you, right? Because that's what you have to do, and that's why you're here, and that's how you create more of that. So it's like, that's the return to the physical that you get. There's a lot of power in it. And creation, number 3. And this is moving into the physical. So you're coming back into your physical beingness in a different way, they're saying. Let's get one more out. Ending, 10 of Swords, ending of the ego. So finally that process ends. But you don't end up in higher self continually, of like disconnected from being a human, you know, and physical, and just like, oh, I'm not going to wash or shave my beard or anything like that. I'm just going to exist up here like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Right? No, you come back into the human and you're like, this is what I want to be. This is how I'm going to create myself. This is what I know can be done. This is working with vibration within my physical vehicle. This is where I'm moving for. There's so much power coming to you through that into the physical. Healing in the physical, that's what that's about. You heal everything in the physical by your relationship to your vibration whilst being in the physical. So you could literally grow an extra leg if you wanted to, if you were so inclined. And that's it, ending of the ego. So that's what that is. So that's where you're moving into this month. Maybe you're just going to have a month where it's really like kicking in and you really notice that. Maybe it's just starting to come into that self again. Maybe it's just getting stronger. Maybe you're going to heal something particularly this month, you know. Maybe this process as well, this twin flame process, brings up all this stuff that needs to be healed. So that you can kind of be reborn when you come into a relationship with your twin flame, and you can both be reborn as new. So, because sometimes the separation process is a really long time. And physically, yes, you do get old, but when you come together, you're reborn and you're re-youthified. So, and that's also what you got ready for. So everything gets healed in this return to self. But that's what it is for you anyway. So what's the next one? Capricorn, and then we got Taurus. So Taurus, anything for Taurus coming up? Well, they're showing me the Six of Swords as well, so that's the end of the dark night of the soul, basically. And they're showing me you like holding on to yourself, kind of a thing. What does that mean? Maybe you've been feeling out of sorts and not feeling great. Maybe you're going to be feeling better this month. Let's see. Completion, they showed me. Queen of Swords, mind. Maybe you're going to get your mind back. You might have had your mind taken away from you by the process, so you might have been having the mind of the masculine moving through your own mind, and just all that fear coming up, and doubt and confusion and stress and worry and anger and resentment and torment and all that kind of stuff going through you. Well, that's the Six of Swords, and that's what they showed me, so yeah, I'd imagine so. So, but this is again creating, Queen of Swords, getting your mind back to your own, feeling sane again this month, maybe after a crazy month. Separation, Five of Pentacles. So the separation is about finding source. It's about finding your own enlightenment. So maybe you're going to be enlightened this month as to, it could be anything. You could be enlightened as to being alive. You could be enlightened to something in the twin flame connection, what that's all for, what it's about with you, what it is inside of you that was always operating against yourself in terms of relationship. Then let's have a look. And the love that's out of sight. Five of Cups. So you've got 2 5s, that's all change on your mind, basically. And then reunion. So 6 of Cups, which is about reunion. So basically what they're saying here is, what it feels like, your mind is not your own during the process. Half the time it's not your own. It's what your experience of the twin that you're connected to that comes through your mind. So that's one half of the battle won, right? Because that's, you can understand when you have those periods of all the doubt and confusion and anger coming through. Oh, that's not me, that's him. So that clears that up, right? And then the other times when you're finding the light, it's about rising into higher consciousness, which has kind of got nothing to do with him. It's when you're free of him. So we've got that showing up there as well. And then we've got this 5 of Cups. This is like the answer to all your questions, right? The love that you're disconnected from in the physical, because we've got that separation there. So separation from someone, finding the light inside yourself, the light of understanding, the light of enlightenment, the light of clarity around why you can't have love, because the love is there, but it's not in your physical environment yet. So it feels like this month you're going to get some kind of answer coming, some kind of clarity coming for yourself. But you see, the answer around the twin flame process is never about why can't I have that person or be with that person, and what is it about that person that's causing the issue that means I can't be. The answer is always inside self. It's always, why have I not allowed myself to be loved before? And there's always that's where the answer lies. It's always, you're always looking back at self. It's in the mirror that you find the answer, right? That's where true enlightenment comes from. So it looks like you're going to be finding the answer inside yourself this month in regard to the question that you've had about why have I not been able to have? Because ultimately, twin flame process, it's not about a person, it's about love. And it's about your relationship with love, not a person, but with love. So it's about your relationship with love, first and foremost, with yourself, and your relationship with loving yourself, right? And there's a lot of let go. How do you love yourself? You let go of everything that stops you loving yourself. You come to terms with everything that's ever stopped you loving yourself. Like, you understand that the reason that you've never loved yourself, or you don't love yourself enough, is because you haven't allowed yourself to love yourself no matter what. And you may or may not know where that comes from and who that comes from and why that existed inside of you, right? And where it started. But maybe that enlightenment will come. The more you focus on letting go of not loving yourself and moving into more love for yourself, the more little bits and pieces of information come into your consciousness that are like, okay, well, yeah, that's when I wasn't loved enough, and that might have started me off not loving myself. And it's everything that isn't love creates not love. It can be someone giving you a funny look when you're 5 years old. A side look, you know. That's shaming stuff. That's what that does. Makes people not love themselves. And in the old paradigm, depending on what your physical age is, we're only now moving into this paradigm of understanding that and not doing that kind of thing. People that are my age or older, when it was normal. It was normal to be given funny looks when you were little by everybody, like you're bad, you're naughty. Even when you just walk in a room, they give you a funny look, right? So, because it was the way people were. But we're evolving. We're an evolving species, so we're evolving into more love. But anyway, finding love inside yourself. Finding the keys to love, to loving yourself more. When you love yourself thoroughly and enough, then you are able to love another, but not before that. So that's what that's about. And there's the reunion coming on that. So that's all of the earth signs, and we'll be back with the next one. See you soon. Lots of love.